YouTube, what's up? Crap. I just thought I was recording, and yeah, it was not recording, so I'm re-recording. Um, Today was an interesting day. I met up with a friend. I what else did I do? I gave away my computer. That's a huge thing. Not gave away, but I gave it to the people that I'm going to business with, 3D modeler and designer. They're partners. So yeah, I gave it to them pretty much. Now I can get it back whenever I want to, but my whole goal is not to ever have to ask for that. If I want a new one, then I'll just get a new one. My computer wise, like meeting my desktop. I've been a desktop person ever since I started with computers. In 1990 something, two probably three. Um, my first computer desktop and stuff like that. I'm not used to, being on laptops that often. I have one, but, obviously I'm on it right now, but, and that's why the angle is different. But, yeah, it's a weird thing, it's like, holy crap. And I'm hoping that this will help me get off of my computer and then go out and experience the world. Um, yeah. So yeah, I chilled out today. Let me actually, bam. I chilled out today. I've been cleaning my room. Still have a bunch to do, but we'll see. Like there's, when you start moving, you realize how much crap you have. So I'm just pretty much putting in a box. I'm giving away a lot of stuff, trying to sell a whole bunch of stuff. Just overall, just you know, liquidating mostly everything. Yeah. So also today, while I looked at or watched the sunset, it's kind of the last one to kind of go up there and kind of just chill. So one thing I wanted to talk about today was the like the thing the where I went to watch the sunset is the place of which I would imagine myself going and pretty much committing suicide. That's that place is a cliff. There's a cliff there, and you can go and jump off of it. Blah blah blah, all that stuff. But I didn't obviously. I didn't, and one of the things in which that kept me going was that I always said wait till tomorrow, right? I kind of procrastinated on that. I procrastinated on it to wait till tomorrow and wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes, right? Tomorrow tomorrow is the metaphor, right? Wait and hope. Hope and wait. Wait till tomorrow and get help today, right? And then, if you're not, if you're thinking about the same thing on the next day, wait till tomorrow, you know, find hope today. The thing is that it ends, right? And it's hard to see that when you're in it, right? It's hard to see it uh, because your mind is so kind of twisted at those points that it's a yeah, your mind just is twisted, so it thinks that this is all that's going to exist for you and for your entire life. But the thing is that that's not true. That's not true. You can, if you go get help, and you can make your life what you want it to be, right? Like 2 weeks ago, I would never imagine like me being here, right? I would imagine me being done, but like actually going through it and having the emotions that I'm having is awesome, right? I have a new, I won't say lease on life, but I can go, and my life is just kind of starting in the way, and it's super exciting. Don't solve short-term problems with long-term solutions, right? Meaning, if you're in a bad place right now, don't you know don't have a permanent solution for that. Don't commit suicide or anything like that. Um, just hold off on that, and then it'll get better, right? Like you'll come out of it, and your life does not have to be that, right? You have the power to create your life the way that you want it to be, and so push for that, right? This just like I cannot tell you, and I don't have the words that I feel about being done, right? It was very touch and go, it was a very touch and go thing, and I didn't have the words to really like explain. I don't have the words right now to explain how I feel that I'm done, that I feel that I'm free from being in school and blah blah blah. But like knowing that I never have to go there again, right? I never in my mind like like I know that certain situations put me into this place, and I know that I can avoid those, or I can hedge those if they ever come up again. Um, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing. Just know that if it gets better, or well, if it will get better, not if it will get better, and it's just a matter of time, right? Like you go and you scrape the bottom and you come back up, right? And you can use that to project, right? One of the things is that when you scrape the bottom, you get another perspective on life, right? A lot of people fortunately don't have what we have with the depression and things like that. And but the thing is that really from our depression comes a lot of good things in a way of like look how to look at life in a different way. And that's what I'm saying is like, you bring a with your mind, you bring a unique perspective that can help somebody else with it. That's partly why I'm creating this YouTube is to um one, keep me accountable, and two, share my thoughts because I've been there, right? I've been in that place, and one, I know it's lonely. Two, you can get through it. Like it's and if I can help do that in a certain way, that's fine. That's where I want to be. I'm a person that wants to help people. That's who I am, for better or for worse, right? I mean, I've gotten into issues before with it, with relationships and stuff like that. But yeah, like now that I'm out of it and now that I'm coming out, the sky's the limit for it, right? The sky's the limit. I can go and work on companies, right? I can go and create or engineer the life that I want versus being kind of a slave to it. And that's just from power, like the power of your brain, right? If you realize like how powerful the brain is, everything that you see here, is created by humans, right? Like this room is, that this mic is, the thing that you're watching, my face on, is created by humans, and that was created like somebody thought of it first and then created it. And the thing is that if when you get to those points, and you have scraped the bottom, you have a unique perspective, and you can either help more people, become more empathetic, um, and yeah, it's just that's just kind of how it goes, I guess. I'm not an expert at it, so don't take my like words as law, but that's how I feel because I've been in it. I've been in it, and I feel like I have a unique perspective. I think differently than other people. I look at life differently. I look at how life is not cheap. Um, I look at uh, I look at different, subjects in a certain way. I don't really tiptoe around certain things like suicide. I think as a society we tiptoe around it. It's too private. I think that it needs to be blasted and say you don't have to. It gets better. It really fucking does, right? Like that's the biggest thing. It just gets better. That's it. Like I said, I cannot tell you the feeling I have, right? Like I get, getting through it. Um, and when you get through it, right? And it's not it's not a if, but it's a when. When you get through it and you come out on the other side, you just become something different, right? You grow in a certain way that other people don't necessarily grow in. And that's unique, and it's a very interesting perspective that you kind of get, right? Um, I feel like it opens the brain a little bit, uh, but yeah, it's I mean that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Kind of going back and looking and seeing that. I took some pictures and stuff, and think about writing a blog post about it. And it's a thing that power, like it gives you kind of power in a certain way at the end of it. Like you have a certain thing of like perspective. Actually, I think that's the biggest thing. Kind of like going into the military, and then going to war. I have a certain perspective, and then this stuff I get more perspective with it. I get a perspective of life and happiness, right? And what's really important, right? A lot of us are going through this world and finding materialistic things and this and that. But the only thing that matters is happiness. That's the only thing that matters, right? Like you can have $1 billion, you can be very rich, you can control a full country, but if you're not happy, then what is it for? What I mean, why even have it, right? And through through depression and through all the crazy shit I went through, I realized that that's it. That's all it is. Like I used to be kind of materialistic in a way, and I want the best car, or like I want this or I want that. Like I do like nice stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. But the thing is, that's not driving me, right? Like I you know I want to one help people. Let me bring it up here. One, help people, and two, it's kind of weird. Sorry. Two, you know, just spread the word, right? And spread the word by being some type of YouTube person, I guess. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't have to have it figured out right now, but it's just like, but if it makes me happy, I'm gonna do it. Versus like, if it doesn't make me happy, then it's not, right? But that it's a slippery slope with that because you can get into addiction and things like that. Eventually, though, all addictions don't, are not. At first, you might be happy in the addiction, like, oh, this is great, right? But then eventually, it gets to the point at which you're not happy, right? That's the addiction part of it. But yeah, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today. Wait till tomorrow, right? That's kind of a saying that I told myself. Wait till tomorrow, right? And go get help today. Wait till tomorrow, and tomorrow is never tomorrow, right? Like today is today, tomorrow is tomorrow, right? And it's a weird brain thing, and I don't know if it resonates with you, good. If it doesn't, then I'll try to communicate better my later. But yeah, my thing is wait till tomorrow, right? And tomorrow never comes, right? So procrastinate the shit out of it. You procrastinated freaking on your homework and all that crap, so you can procrastinate on this, right? Something serious and on suicide. You can procrastinate on that and just wait and wait and wait, and until you get help, right? And then it changes, and then your life is so much better. Like it's like, yeah, like I kind of went into it earlier, but it's so it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like it's just crazy how your life just can go from meh to meh in like over 2 3 weeks, right? And don't and yeah, that's it. Like, and make sure you're putting yourself first, right? Money is nothing. Money is something that we created as humans. Happiness is something that we need for our souls and for our happiness, and well, soul, and happiness is all about what you're feeling and what you're wanting to do. And if you're not happy, change it, right? If you're not happy, change it and go and be happy. Because living in this world and like, just being meh for years is not the life that you should have, in my opinion. I think that like your life should be filled with happiness. I think everybody on this planet's life should be filled with happiness. I think the I think the world would be a better place if happiness was key versus materialistic things and controlling, right? But human nature. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, and yeah,